What is a vintage jewelry set and why is it so special? Why do we celebrate Set Week and what does it have to do with achieving empowering, elevated personal style? That is what we are talking about today. Today's video is sponsored by Vintage Meet Modern Jewelry, featuring a hand-selected collection of vintage jewelry binaries to help you look and feel your best every day because the jewelry always fits. Be sure to sign up for 20% off your first order, and details are linked below. So, welcome everyone. I'm Veronica Staudt. I am a wife, a mother, an entrepreneur, and a stylist. And my passion is helping women look and feel their best by dressing in details. So, it's Vintage Jewelry Set, or as some may say, Demi Per or Per Week. And it's a very special event, and I love it for so many reasons. But I also wanted to talk about what the perks are of purchasing and adding a set to your collection. So the first of which is it's more than a set. It's options. It's achievable elegance. It takes the guesswork out of what to wear being removed. It retains its value. And then, of course, there is a bonus perk, which I call the oh no, how do I fix it vintage jewelry moment. So each day of this week, I have a short video talking about the perks of owning a set, as well as sort of a daily dose of styling inspiration related to wearing sets. So if you've ever wandered over to the Vintage Meet Modern website, you might have noticed that we sell the pieces separately. And we do that for two reasons. So since we're starting to talk about sets, let's talk about the historical reason for why we sell them separately. And then we'll talk about the modern day considerations too. So it is a clue in history as to why they are separate. And the reason actually dates back to the 30s and 40s when custom jewelry began to rise in popularity. Pieces were sold individually, but being purchased all together was a sign of an elevated feeling of having it all. That was the full parure. So all of the pieces, all of the matching pieces that would be available. The demi parure would be as if maybe two pieces were selected to be part of the set. So think of your brooch and then your matching earrings. So I always like to use Rose from Mrs. Maisel as an example. Mrs. Maisel's mother, she always was the symbol of decadence and having it all, and she had incredible fashion sense. And if you notice, she was definitely a frequent wearer of full parures. So she was trying, of course, to portray her character as that portray herself as that elevated, elegant woman by wearing the brooch, the matching earrings, the matching necklace. She had all of it all together. Of course, that is one reason for why the pieces are sold separately, is because it dates back to that tradition of being able to buy the pieces separately to complete the sets. I'm sure it was also part of their marketing back there and back during that time as well. But the modern day considerations actually include the emails, the messages that we receive from all of you saying, I love the brooch, but I don't want the earrings. I already have the necklace. I'd like to be able to buy the bracelet. And so we're very particular about how we take pieces into the collection. So we also sell them separately because if you're trying to complete a set that you already have, it's easy to do that. Also, if you have an affinity for one style or a different type of jewelry more than the other, it gives you the ability to have the brooch without the earrings, have the necklace without the bracelet. Those types of considerations we put into things. Now, a side note about working with a small business who understands this and letting us get to know you is that one of the other modern day considerations is that sometimes we find a piece someplace and it might be months down the road or in a completely different place that we'll find the matching piece. I always like to remind people that we're still small enough that we take a lot of pride in helping you complete your sets. So if I run across a piece that I know will match something that you already have, you will receive someone with a message to reach out to you saying, hey, we want to give you first dibs on this because we know it might complete your earring set, your necklace set, your brooch set, or we know you've been on the hunt to complete it. So that's just kind of a side note related to the modern day considerations for why you see things sold separately, but also why this week is so special when you can buy them all together. So we talked about curating the collection and we talked about the jewelry sets. So step one is to get excited over the fact that the guesswork has been created and is already done for you. You can skip to the front of the line and you already have access to sets of perfectly paired pretties, as well as pieces that are part of matching sets so they get to stay together. And step two this week is to follow along with me on YouTube. I have a series of short videos all about jewelry sets and empowering personal style. And tomorrow I'm talking about the what to wear dilemma and how vintage jewelry sets can solve it. So here is now your daily dose of styling information. And of course, I have a set on to show you how easy it is to wear them every day. So I have on a Gothic Revival set from Whiting and Davis. It's a 1950s era. It's a demi-parure. So I have the matching necklace and the matching earrings on. I do know that there is a matching brooch or a matching cuff bracelet that goes with this. So it could be a full parure if you had all of the pieces. But in this case, it is a very easy piece to dress up and help a comfy little knit tee feel a bit more sophisticated and a bit more elevated even on a Monday. So I have this on with a pair of gray jeans. I have on the earrings. They're comfortable, they're lightweight, and it's unique to a lot of the things that you see out there. It's very different than that. But it is jewelry set week, so going along with some other styling information, we also have got a very lovely Aurora Borealis cha-cha bracelet. This one is pretty because it's iridescent. It also has an expandable size, and you can see how lovely and how beautiful that looks pulling up the magenta and sort of orchid colors in this. And there is a matching pair of Laguna earrings that has the same smoky Aurora Borealis mixed with the classic pearl. So this is a fun one. I love the way that these pieces go together. But if we're talking about perfectly paired sets, this is something that's always going to look very pretty with pearls as well. And then last, something else is another great styling tip, another suggestion is that white is not just for spring and summer. I always suggest to people that white may be that bright element that you're looking for as we change to darker clothing in the fall and the winter. White always looks very dynamic. It also really is a way to elevate, especially when you wear your classic colors that are just your solids. So always think of an easy way to be able to get a pop with your accessories is whatever solid color you have, the white is really going to look fantastic about it. And it doesn't matter whether it's a pastel, a neutral, or a bright tone like I have on today. It really will pop against it, and it'll be a wonderful way to be able to set your personal style apart from the rest. So these are some of my styling tips, as well as highlighting some of my favorite demi-parures and matching set pieces that we have this week. It's a wonderful time to go ahead and take a look at them because set week is only going on through October 8th. So that's this week. And after that, yes, the pieces will be separated, but I do not know when we will be putting them back up individually on the website because we're going into pop-up season and many of these pieces and sets will actually be hitting the road with us. So I'm excited. It is set week. There are so many benefits and perks to adding sets to your collection, whether you're an avid vintage jewelry collector or you're just looking for ways to be able to elevate your personal style. This is one that I would suggest to any of my styling clients, even more than just vintage jewelry lovers and collectors. So follow along this week. Tomorrow, we're going to be talking about how a set can really solve your what to wear dilemma and also enjoy all the beautiful pieces that we have over at Vintage Meet Modern. And as always, if you have questions, I'm here to answer them. So thank you so much, and I will see you all again really soon. Bye.